you're trying to only have to, your working, your show is okay, and it seems to be working a blog.
Especially after Spreaker worked so well for the last few weeks.
So I don't know, but it's tough, and it really throws off the show and the rest of our attitudes, and I know it throws off mine, and it takes away a lot of the heart. So I went ahead and I just grabbed myself a Dunker cookie from Trader Joe's. I don't know if you ever had them. They're really good. You dunk them in your coffee.
They're
The coffee gets absorbed.
they're like those Milano cookies. I forgot who puts them out, but
And then the cookies just melt in your mouth after you put them in. Are they good? And it's sort of a little bit of a sweet sometimes, puts a little bit of spirit next to us. Unfortunately, Dr. Mark is not allowed to have these goodies. So maybe I'm being mean to him by having
no, that's
him.
quite all right. You go right ahead. Indulge, as they say. Indulge.
Indulge. So that's what I'm doing right now, indulging in a cookie.
Hey, listen, you went out to eat yesterday with Dandy Dan to one of my favorite places that I just couldn't go to. My diabetic numbers are not doing so well. I have to try to get ahead of it. Made an appointment to see an endocrinologist. Made an appointment to see my kidney doctor. So I'm not very happy.
Well, you know what he's going to tell you. Stop eating.
I don't need him to tell me that. My wife tells me that, and that's for free.
Well, to take your wife's advice, I guess. But, you're allowed to eat certain things, Matter of fact, you make a perfect candidate for a Atkins diet.
A who diet?
Dr. Atkins.
You don't have to...
No, I have a cookie in my mouth as I'm chewing. You probably hear it crumbling. Because I didn't dunk it first.
Well, the diet's not doing Dr. Atkins any good. I'll tell you that right now.
What's that?
The Atkins diet.
Why not? Because he's dead?
It's a good enough reason.
No, the diet is continuing on. I'm just about every diet these last...
Think about it. This diet has been around for 50 years or more. And it's just a high-carb diet.
Low-carb diet. No carbs.
Oh, that too. What did I say?
High carb.
Oh.
Just about every calorie, every diet is based somehow on his diet. A diabetic's diet is a low-carb, high-protein diet. Most of the points diets, everybody else, they're counting carbs more than calories, and it seems like if you have a high cholesterol, you eat high protein, your cholesterol drops. Nobody knows because the more cholesterol you eat, the more your cholesterol drops. You lose weight for eating all the fatty food. Who knows why? Our body's very strange. So, Dr. Atkins, we thank you for starting all these other fads. And the basic thing is don't have white carbs.
Well, that goes back, that my father-in-law, that's the old Air Force diet. Nothing white. No white bread, no rice, no pasta. You can have whole wheat bread, whole wheat rice, whole wheat pasta, but,
Yeah. There was a variation of it. It's a French going out to dinner diet, it was called, or something. And basically, it allowed you to eat unrefined carbs, like brown rice and all that. One meal, but that meal you're not allowed to have any fat. Just the carbs, no fat. Another meal you can just have meat and protein, but no carbs. So it's a very strange diet in a lot of ways, but it worked for a lot of people that I know. It worked very well for a couple of my wife's cousins, one of them a doctor and his brother. And they're still on it. After 20 years, they're still on the same diet, and they've never gained a pound.
I tell you, I give them a lot of credit.
The only thing they really don't eat at all is almost nothing sugar and stuff like that. They eat no refined carbs. But they'll eat their steaks and fish, whatever they like. They'll use butter, plenty of vegetables, Not a particularly healthy diet by all means. I mean, eating a half a pound of bacon for breakfast with eggs, I wouldn't consider very healthy.
Well, bacon and eggs?
Yeah, half a pound of bacon.
Half a pound. Oh.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, though. It is, you have to admit, it's very difficult to resist sizzling bacon on a frying pan.
Oh, it's delicious. Come on. It's great. And there's nothing, and if you're on a high, on a high protein diet, low carb, it's okay. It's within your, it's within what you can eat on that diet. And they say it won't raise your cholesterol. It'll lower it, as I said before. I don't know why. I'm not a doctor. And for years, doctors couldn't figure out why it worked. They just know it works, and that's it.
It's very true.
And ladies and gentlemen, it's very boring, like I said before, when you're just a little bit down because of what happened at the beginning of the show. And I'm probably passing it on to you that we're just struggling along.
Yeah,
we're not very enthusiastic at all.
No, it's tough because we have, I spoke a lot at the beginning about Monica, Hilary, about Ted Cruz, about this new threat now to American servicemen and their families by homegrown terror. There's an awful lot to discuss, but when your heart's not in it, it's very difficult.
Besides, this group, nobody knows who they are. It could be some wisecrack kids doing it. Or they're not saying it's ISIS.
Oh, it doesn't even mean anything, who's doing it. The bottom line is,
somebody's doing it.
Where you serve your country and then to come home and have to worry that you're not even safe when you're sitting outside on your own porch or you're walking your children to school. This is awful.
Well, this is one of the things that I really don't like about Facebook. Just too much information out there. That's given about you, and it really shouldn't be out there. It's nobody's business.
Well, and not only that, the young people just don't know how to handle it also. There's so much bullying going on, cyberbullying going on the internet. Look, I did not go to a local high school. I grew up in Brooklyn, but my formative years were in my junior high school, college years. I lived in the Rockaways. My friends went to Far Rockaway High School. I went to Brooklyn Tech. I didn't have to face a lot of, the local prejudices. You're not in the right group. You don't travel with the right crowd. You're not that popular. None of that really had any bearing on me. I had my friends, and that was it. Going to a school like Brooklyn Tech, as I'm sure, those who went to Stuyvesant or Bronx School of Science or, art and design or the old fame, you had certain pressures were placed upon you, you know, but being popular wasn't one of them because you didn't go to your local school. Now, you know, with the advent of, you know, cyberspace, social media, you know, if something happens on a Friday night before you get back to school Monday morning, you know, the whole community of your whole social community knows all about it, you know, Felix?
Absolutely.
It's out there. People have already passed comments and said and done whatever they plan to say and do, you know, and if you're not aware of it, you don't have a chance to walk anything back until classes start on Monday again. You know, it's just an awful, awful feeling for young people. Puts them in a lot of pressure. And they just don't know how to deal with it. And it's a shame.
Well, you know, you got so many things now. You got Twitter, you got Instagram, which I've never been on. You've got some other ones now for high school kids that I was listening about that only high school kids do. All sorts of crazy stuff that, you know, is supposed to be, you know, scrutinized and actually under, you know, being controlled by the parents, which it's not. It's just needs a little more control of the parents. Parents got to know what you're doing, what your kids are doing on the computers, and once in a while check up on them. You know, there's a freedom of speech and all that, but your kids don't have it when they're young. You got to watch it. Kids do things that they don't mean, and they hurt other people by mistake, and it's just not good. Anyway, with that, I'm going to play.
Yeah, if I want to say something, I'll say it to your face, Felix. You know that.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to play another Sunny song today. This is about my mom, who she wrote it, and after that we're going to end the show.
Before they got cages, before they burned.